Hi guys, how are you doing? This is SB from techcentury, and just a couple of weeks ago the Samsung Galaxy S5 was released, which was supposed to be kind of the flagship for 2014 from Samsung, but now more details emerge about the Samsung Galaxy S5 Prime with even better specs. So this is exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. We're taking a look at the display, the processor and the potential release date. So let's get started after the intro. So of course, first off, there's the question, why would Samsung release an even better version of the Galaxy S5 if they just announced and released the smartphone a couple of weeks ago? And there seem to be a couple of reasons for that. So first off, with the introduction of the HTC One last year, HTC really stepped up the game when it comes to premium Android handsets, and the Galaxy S5 just can't compete with the all-aluminum construction and also, for example, with the build quality and the premium feel of the iPhones. So that's definitely something that they have to work on, especially if you drop like $600 on a smartphone. Then the Galaxy S5 just doesn't feel that great in the hand and doesn't look that premium either. So that might be one of the reasons. Also, the iPhone 6 is expected to hit later this year, and we've already heard some rumors and saw mock-ups and also dummies of the iPhone 6 with a 4.7 or even 5.5 inch display. So the display will be almost as big as on the Galaxy S5, so of course that will be even more really tough competition for Samsung. So a premium version of the Galaxy S5, maybe even with better materials and of course even better specs, would be great to compete with the iPhone 6 and of course also with the HTC One. Now that Samsung actually released a couple of different versions of their flagship smartphones doesn't really seem too unrealistic if we take a look at the Galaxy S4. There wasn't only the Galaxy S4, there was also the Galaxy S4 LTE Advanced. There was also the Galaxy S4 Zoom, as well as also the Galaxy S4 Active that was waterproof and dust resistant. And this year we've already seen a leak of the Galaxy S5 LTE Advanced. But not only the LTE radio is even faster on this Galaxy S5 LTE Advanced, but also the specs in terms of display and processor are better, and it's very likely that we see these specs also in the Galaxy S5 Prime. So first off, let's talk about the display, and the display will remain at the size of 5.1 inches, but it will now have a 2K resolution. So the resolution will be 2560 by 1440, so absolutely amazing and an absolutely amazing high PPI. Now the Full HD display on the Galaxy S5 is already great, so it might be debatable whether we really need an even higher resolution, but this just seems very likely because also the leaked Galaxy S5 LTE Advanced has this display resolution, and so this really seems like something that we'll find here on the Galaxy S5 Prime. Also, this is a feature that was already confirmed for the LG G3 that will be announced in just a couple of days. So that's also something where Samsung then could compete with the LG G3, for example. Now, if we talk about the processor next, then the Galaxy S5 has one of the fastest chips that's currently on the market right now with the Snapdragon 801. But basically, the 801 is just a boosted up Snapdragon 800 chip from last year that we've already seen, for example, in the Note 3. So this time we will actually see a Galaxy S5 Prime with a Snapdragon 805 processor. And this processor will be around 15% faster than the 801 and also have 40% better graphics performance. And this chip was basically engineered for 4K content, not only for 4K content but also for 4K displays, and also actually for cameras to up to 55 megapixels, which is absolutely insane. So that's that. And also Qualcomm mentioned that this will basically allow you to have PS3 graphics on your smartphone on a full HD display. So that's absolutely insane. And of course the 805 will be an amazing chip, and this will be a very nice feature on the S5 Prime. And while the display and the processor are already very nice, what should really set the S5 Prime apart from the S5 is the design and the build quality, and of course also the selection of materials. Now about this topic, there are a couple of different rumors going around. So the first off is that the S5 in the LTE Advanced version with this better specs actually features the exactly same design as the regular S5. So maybe Samsung won't do anything about the design at all and just implement these better specs, which would probably be a pretty big disappointment if they just release the better specs without any design change. But then again, there have been rumors for almost like 6 months now that Samsung is finally working on an all-aluminum construction on a phone. And while we've expected this basically to hit last year already, this might be now the S5 Prime, and I can already tell you these specs with an all-aluminum construction from Samsung would definitely be a home run. So unfortunately it's not quite sure yet when we'll see this device, but some reports actually suggest that we'll see it as early as June. So while this sale doesn't really have to start until then, maybe we'll at least see a presentation of the S5 Prime by June, and so that's only about 1 month to go, and I'm very excited. Now, there's one issue I have with this S5 Prime and all these reports about it. Actually, it already showed up, for example, also in the Bluetooth certification. So this is a device that actually exists. This isn't just a rumor anymore. This was certified already for their Bluetooth standard. Now, my biggest problem with it is for people that just bought a Galaxy S5 and that basically bought it because they wanted to have a flagship. They wanted to have the best that's out there, and that maybe even dropped like $600 out there. So if you're one of these people, then just let me know how you feel about all these Galaxy S5 Prime rumors and reports. Now, I personally didn't pick up the Galaxy S5, but I can just imagine how pissed I would be if Samsung goes ahead next month and announces the S5 Prime with a better display, with a better processor, with more RAM, and even a better build quality probably and better materials. I would just be absolutely pissed off at Samsung, and they would have to do a lot to make this up. So yeah, I just wanted to hear from you guys what you think about this S5 Prime. If you think that we really see this all-aluminum construction, or if you think that we actually just get the same device as the S5 in terms of design with better specs. And yeah, you can of course also leave a rant down below if you're really pissed off at Samsung because of the S5 Prime. But I'm excited, especially because I didn't pick up the S5. An S5 Prime with all these specs and aluminum construction would be absolutely mind-blowing, and I personally can't wait. And this also wraps up the video. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, leave your comment, and then I really hope to see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, make sure to click the annotation next to this video, or also click next or previous to check out another video of ours. Thanks for watching. See you next time.